panel, I can tell there's going to be a lot of screaming at these intros. The band is Savage Garden. The CD is Affirmation. He is Darren Hayes. Darren, how you doing? Okay. He is the man behind the hit CD, I Want It All, and the man in front of millions as a presenter this week for the American Music Awards on Monday, Warren G. How you doing? Good to see you. One of the infinitely popular Spice Girls. Her new solo CD is called Northern Star. She's sporty, she's spicy, she's Melanie C. Melanie C. right over here. How you doing? And he is the star of Winning Lines, the producer of Greed, and the host of the American Music Awards this Monday at 8, right here on ABC. The very rockin' Dick Clark, ladies and gentlemen. Dick, thank you. Okay. All right.
Question. One. Did you say host of the American Music Awards?
No, producer.
Thank you. Sorry.
That's right.
It's Norman Donald.
You're not getting senile on us, Dick. You're still young. Come on.
Stop right now.
They were still screaming for you.
But stop.
What?
You and I are the only ones in suits.
Yeah, well. We're the only ones who've seen 30. Okay, Dick? Let's get real about this. And I want to talk about this because, you know, the other day, this week, the Postmaster General put out a stamp honoring hip-hop. Do you know this? They're honoring the 80s. They have a series of 15 stamps. Things like E.T. is going to be on a stamp, The Cosby Show, Cats, the musical. Please, I don't want to lick that. Cabbage Patch Kids. And they're doing a hip-hop stand. It features a hoe backing her ass up. Oh, man. We get to vote for the young hoe or the old fat hoe. No. Do you think this is appropriate? I have two questions. Do you think it's appropriate? And two, do you think the Postmaster General, if he had any idea what hip-hop lyrics really were about, would put it on a stamp?
Look, Elvis Presley was on a stamp, right?
Elvis Presley didn't sing the kind of lyrics that are in rap music.
Rock and roll is considered pretty rebellious, though. You know?
Are you mixing up rap and hip-hop, though?
Maybe.
Isn't there a difference?
I mean, hip-hop is hip-hop.
No.
Hip-hop is hip-hop.
There is no difference.
There isn't any difference.
No, I think all the subjects you were talking about in the 80s, I think hip-hop is probably more important to me and, you know, to the nation than Cabbage Patch Kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we're talking about...
You know, they're saying it's you know, a celebration of music, it's an expression of, you know, how life is to some people. Do you know what I mean? And what's a Cabbage Patch Kids?
But we're talking about a stamp, Mel.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's got more... I just think it's more, you know, more important to celebrate something like that.
Yeah.
Than a dog.
I come from a country where we put roses on stamps, you know? So hip-hop's a bit more interesting than that.
Yeah.
It's a bit more interesting, but I don't know why we have to use stamps. I mean, would you put it on a stamp in England?
Yeah.
Do you know, I gotta say,
that's hip-hop.
I very rarely post letters,
big.
actually.
It's a huge...
Big? Yeah.
It's a huge influence in today's society. Why shouldn't it be recognized?
Recognized because I don't think breast cancer should be on a stamp either. First of all, I don't think stamps should be used to tell our messages.
Yeah, but
they should be used to send our letters for those of us who are not using email.
No. I completely disagree because, and good that you mentioned something like breast cancer, something like a stamp can bring awareness. And, you know, if you could use something like that, a stamp, to bring awareness to people. And hip-hop is bringing awareness to how life is on the street. And if people want to deny...
Hip-hop, man.
It is. It's,
you know what? I mean, it's a way of life.
You know what? There's not one... It's all about thuggery and misogyny.
No, you got it.
90% of it is about shooting and treating women in a way that, what?
Look, hip-hop does not make people go out there and shoot people. People do what they want to do.
I didn't say that.
No, but you're saying it's thuggery.
But I tell you, people listen to hip-hop if white people actually did. older
It
white
don't
people,
matter what color
they
you
would
are.
think that every black person in this country lives in the ghetto, shoots people, and thinks women are bitches
Yeah,
and
but
hoes.
not all hip-hop. Not all hip-hop says that. Not all hip-hop.
No, not all. But so much of it that black people I know are tired of it. They're like, would you represent my life? I don't call women hoes. I don't call
No,
women...
I think you're right. The glorification of things like that, is not too cool. But you've got to, you've got to...
That's why they put
appreciate these other
explicit
parts.
lyrics on the CD. If you know it's on there, don't listen to it.
It's just a
But
stamp.
on that part.
You know what I mean? I send an email. You know what I mean? Like
you
I was
hit on
talking
the
to
whole thing. A stamp is like a horse and buggy. He ain't gonna be around but for another 10 minutes anyway. They
I
gotta
think
figure
the
out a
average
way to
person
sell them.
sends 3 emails or 4 emails to every actual post.
Dick,
And
I
never-
think you should
I
be
never
on
look
a
at
stamp.
stamps anyway.
Talk about an American icon. No, I mean, really. And then we could vote for the young Dick or the old Dick. I think that would be... All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back.
Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher, brought to you by Nicorette Gum.
America Online new version 5.0. The easiest just got easier.
Plug it in and you're good to go.
Even my grandpa can do it.
AOL's got it all.
You've got mail, you've got pictures.
Check your stocks.
There's always someone to call if you need help.
Everyone I know is on AOL.
Instant messages are the coolest.
80 people on my buddy list.
We've spent over $1 billion to create the largest high-speed network to make AOL faster and easier than ever.
If I knew it was this easy, I would have started a long time ago.
America Online, so easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Sign up today.
All right, first of all, Dick, it is I who am going senile. I did say you were hosting. And you're not. You're producing, Norm is hosting. Okay. I want to talk about this issue that came up recently, because I know there was a poll in England that said a lot of people think that rock stars are responsible for kids doing drugs, which may or not be true. In this country now, we have a new drug test kit that is available. It's like a home pregnancy kit. For parents, if they want to find out if that ashen-faced zombie is he going through a phase or are he going through an 8-ball? They want to know this. And I think anyone who watches this show knows I have pretty strong libertarian credentials about what I think about the drug issue. But I also think kids are not adults. They don't have the same rights as adults. And I think the sooner we get kids out of the equation, the sooner we can have a real debate about drugs. And that's why I think it's okay for parents to drug test their kids.
That
Kids should
scares
not be
me.
doing drugs.
I'll tell you why. Because look, I was a teacher before I got into this
Really?
business called show. I really believe that when you're parenting, I think that you have to trust children. And look, I am very publicly against drugs. I've never done a drug in my life, and I'm very opposed to them. But I just think that what you're talking about, policing, I think that should be left to authorities and to police. And I think that as a parent, you should have a relationship with your child that's based on trust and friendship. And you start introducing that kind of, to me, that's scary. That sounds like the X-Files
Yeah,
to me.
but I think, that's a great in an idealistic world. But, a lot of kids do go off the rails, and I think they need to be... I mean, because drugs are bad news no matter what.
I completely
and so,
agree with
if it's to scare them into not doing them, then that any way to get them not to do drugs.
I think if it got that serious that you had to collect your, pee samples from your children, I think that you should take them to a clinic.
Yeah, but can you imagine
It
that?
is a hard question to ask. A
Don't
kid,
you
know.
think, and forgetting about invasion of privacy, I mean, it's an abhorrent thing to all of us have to test your kids. I mean, you're right. Your kids, you should have faith in, you should trust them, but you made a joke out of it. You see that ashen-faced kid lying around the
we're
house
talking
in
about...
zombie-like state. I mean, you can read a book and find out. If you don't know what drugs do to you, you can figure it out if you're a parent. And if you have the least inclination that kid is into it, why not test them, find out, get them help before they get so far into it they can't get out?
Is there talking first? Is there a conversation? Do we try communicating before we collect
think,
pee samples?
No,
This
this
is
is America. We don't know if the kids are building bombs in the garage.
Actually,
I
that's
think-
true.
You gotta trust them.
Yeah.
You gotta trust them.
That's true.
You gotta trust them.
No.
How far?
I mean, if you see him
Do you have
walk
a
in the
kid?
house stumbling, then you test him.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Well,
I think
that's what
that's
we're
too low,
talking
I
about.
think.
We're not talking about the straight A students.
Okay.
We're talking about the ones who are you know, looking like something's going on. And I don't know, you know, it's tough because with teens, something is going on. They're teenagers. You know, I mean, they're kind of cuckoo anyway. Don't you think? I mean, it's a tough
Puberty.
call. What is it?
Puberty.
Puberty. Is that, now that's a drug you can't be tested for. All right, we got to take a commercial. We'll be right back.